Because we're going to be working with aromatic compounds and specifically benzene quite a bit, it's important that we have an understanding of the nomenclature. And depending on the structure, we can use common or IUPAC nomenclature. If it's something simple, common will be easy. If it's something more complex, we'll use IUPAC naming. So for monosubstituted benzene rings, the systematic name is quite easy. We just name the substituent plus benzene. And this is, despite being quite simple, an IUPAC system. So in the first example, we have a chlorine attached to benzene. That is a chlorosubstituent. So for the IUPAC name of this compound, we do chlorobenzene. No spaces. If we come over to our second molecule, the substituent that's attached is an isopropyl group. So the IUPAC name for this will be isopropyl benzene. Now, in the case of monosubstituted benzene rings, if you have a chain attached that's longer than your ring, or if you have some sort of complex chain and just an unsubstituted benzene ring attached, it's often easier to treat this as a phenyl group. So when benzene acts as a substituent, we call it a phenyl group. So in this case, our chain is going to be the parent. We have a 7-carbon chain. And just like naming any other alkane, you want a number from the side nearest your first substituent. So in this case, that would be from the right. Here, the parent is heptane. And then we only have the one substituent, which is the phenyl group at carbon 3. So just start your name with that. 3-phenyl heptane. So again, that's the difference in benzene acting as a parent or a substituent. I previously mentioned common nomenclature of benzene rings. And here are several monosubstituted benzene rings that, for example, the first one, you could call that methylbenzene, but it has a common name which is known as toluene. The next one, if you have an amino group on benzene, that's called aniline. A methoxy group on benzene is anisole. An OH group on benzene is phenol. Don't confuse that with phenyl. An aldehyde on benzene is benzaldehyde. This one is kind of common. This is a structure of imitation almond extract, so it has an almond smell. Next one, if we have a carboxylic acid attached to benzene, that is benzoic acid, and there is a space in the name. A simple double bond attached to benzene, this is called styrene, and this is the monomer unit that makes up polystyrene, which is styrofoam. So when a bunch of these link together, you get styrofoam. And then finally, when we have this amide group on benzene, this is called acetanilide. These were all given as common names, but in fact, they became so commonplace that IUPAC has adopted all of these terms as official IUPAC nomenclature. And what we're going to see in just a bit is all of these can act as a parent, and then we can have other substituents on the ring. So we could have, if we had a methyl group on anisole, we could name that as a methyl anisole, and that would be a valid IUPAC name. So in order to do nomenclature, it is going to be important to know these common benzene names. Although we're discussing monosubstituted benzenes right now, while we're talking about some common names, there are a couple of disubstituted benzene compounds that have common names that you should be aware of. If we take toluene or methylbenzene and add a second methyl group anywhere on the ring, just to be very generic, what I'm going to do is just draw it like this. So not attach it to a particular position. So this is essentially dimethylbenzene. The common name for this is xylene. And as we'll see in a bit, there's a way to describe the start of the name to tell the reader where the second group is attached. The other one is if we have a methyl group and a hydroxy group both on the ring. So here's phenol, but if we add a methyl group somewhere on the ring, this is called cresol.